Hello friends, today we are going to learn about the fallacies which arises because of using proverbs in the wrong way. This fallacy can be called the half-truths of proverb. Because friends, we often take this proverb as granted and we consider proverb as to be something which is true beyond doubt. So that is not the reality. Because proverbs only tell you the half truth. And therefore, if you believe the half truth to be a full truth, we don't know the complete reality, and that leads to the fallacy. So let us first understand what is basically a proverb. A proverb is a short and wise saying expressing a general truth or advice. So in a proverb, first of all, you'll find it is very concise, very short, and it tells you some truth which is actually very useful. We can use it in the common life to understand the word and to take decisions. Proverbs are very concise, they are very easy to memorize, and they contain a wisdom that transcends time and space because it has been passed from one generation to another generation. Some of the proverbs may be thousands of years old, and the very fact that they are popular, that means they contain a lot of truth in that. They provide a very valuable insight into human nature, their behavior, and their experiences. The problem is sometimes that we assume these proverbs to be self-evident truths and we don't challenge them. They are having a lot of truth, but they don't contain all the truth. They are not like laws or the principle which cannot be refuted. They are having half truth. So in a way, they help us understand the world and we can make good informed decisions based on that. But let us also understand that these proverbs contain only the half truth and there may be equal and opposite truth of every proverb. And that is why if we put in some effort, we can find a proverb which is having just the opposite meaning. For example, there is one proverb called haste makes waste. That means we should not hurry up because if we hurry up, we will take wrong decision. But there is another proverb which says, a stitch in time saves nine. That means we should take quick decisions because if we delay, the implication can be that instead of one, we have to have 9 stitches. A proverb says, better safe than sorry. That means we should always be trying to play safe, otherwise we can be sorry. But another proverb says, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Which says, unless you take risk, you can't gain much. Similarly, a famous proverb says, when there is smoke, there is fire. That means from the symptoms, you go to the root. But another opposite type of proverb says, you can't tell a book by its cover. That means from the cover, you can't judge what is inside. Similarly, the quotation says, he who hesitates is lost. That means we should have initiative. We should be quick, should not hesitate. But another proverb says, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. That means if you are rushing in, taking very fast decision, you are a fool. Another very interesting proverb, very popular, is two heads are better than one. That means when we are trying to take a decision, we should have more people because we'll have more variety of opinions and we take better decisions. But there is another proverb which is just opposite, which says too many cooks spoil the broth. That means if we are cooking any food and there are too many cooks, then you can never have the best dish. We should leave it to one cook alone. So friends, as we can see that for every proverb, there is another proverb, which may not be as popular, but nevertheless, that also represent equally important truth. And that is why if we take our decisions on the basis of a proverb or considering the wisdom in that to be something infallible, we may reach to the wrong conclusion. So why proverbs are fallacies? Because the real world is very complex and it can't fit in a small saying. Just like there is no single formula which can solve all mathematical problems, there is no single medicine which can cure all the disease. In the same way, no proverb can give you solution for every problem. You must know under which situation which proverb has to be used. People always find a suitable proverb to justify their action. Because whatever you do, you can always find some proverb which you can use to justify your decision. So if you are going for violence, you can use the eye for eye proverb. And if you are against it, you can use offer your other cheek also, like that. So remember that, every side thinks that they are on the right side because everybody is relying on some proverb which they think is correct. And that's why, because the proverbs are opposite, they are on the opposite side, they fight with each other, and that leads to conflict. So how to solve it? We must try to synthesize thesis. Thesis means the truth of the proverb, and antithesis, that means the opposite truth. And we try to create a synthesis, and that is how we can arrive at a better truth. So let us take some example. For example, there is a very famous proverb, actions speak louder than words. Yes, very good quotation, very good proverb, which actually says that it is not what you say, but what you do that matters. So it basically tells you the importance of action, and that is more than the words. But that's not always true, because there are many people who are working silently, they are doing good work, but that does not make any impact in the society. If you want to make an impact, you should spread the word also. So the truth is the combination of the thesis and the antithesis, opposite of that. That means we should understand that words without action are hollow, but words with action basically impact society. That means words are equally important. You should do good work, but you should also spread it. And that is how you are able to make impact in the society and get the desired outcome. Let's take another example. There is a very famous proverb which says, "Don't cry over spilled milk." The message of this particular proverb is that don't waste time regretting the past mistakes. Good suggestions. But there is also a benefit of regretting. Because regret is a very powerful and painful emotion that forces us to get into the root cause of the problem. Try to find out why something has happened. Because we should learn from that experience or mistakes. And if we learn, we will not repeat the mistake in future. So, sometimes it is very important that we should also have regrets. So, how we synthesize that? That we should ponder our mistakes, learn the lesson. That is why regret is important. But once we learn the lesson, then we should move forward, and thereafter we must stop regretting our past mistakes. So I'm not saying this is not a correct proverb. It does not tell you the truth. But the point is that it has only half truth. There is some merit in regret, and we should combine with this. That means we should regret, learn the lessons, but once we learn the lesson, we must stop regretting and we should move forward. So we should understand that proverbs basically contain very deep truth and wisdom. It is absolutely, that's why proverbs are important. But let us not accept the proverb literally, blindly, and use them in all situations. We must also try to find out the antithesis or the proverb which are telling you just the opposite truth, and then try to combine the thesis and antithesis to reach to a higher degree of truth by the process of synthesis. So friends, today we learned about the fallacies which happens because we accept the proverb as complete and absolute truth. Let's understand that they represent half truth. They are valuable, but we should also try to find out the opposite or the antithesis of the proverb, and then by synthesizing we will arrive at the better truth, more accurate truth, and that is how we can take better decisions in our life. Thank you very much.